Well, hello there. Welcome back to my channel and my stream. This is going to be a continuation of the Acclamator MOC that I picked up by flying space. I'm a little concerned though because I learned today about illegal techniques. And while I'm not nervous about performing these illegal techniques, I'm nervous about how these illegal techniques could affect the livelihood of my MOC. And I think I've already spotted some potential illegal techniques. And maybe you guys can kind of watch with me and spot some potentially illegal techniques. But something that I've noticed that I've done already, which I'm not sure is legit. I'm not going to null these out. Now I don't have the pieces I thought I would be using to demonstrate a potential illegal technique, but I'm pretty sure I will have it in the next batch of pieces. So to recap, in the last stream, I pretty much built all of the underlying structure. I think this is just what we will be using to just build upon. I think this is mostly done. Having these Technic pieces be put on upside down, that was kind of like a surprise. I don't think I've ever done that before. I do like the brick built stand. I think it's very solid, very nice. I also do like that I have like a little lever I can pull up to take the ship and move it around if I like. So far, I'm pretty happy with the build. There is interestingly, there's a gap right here, and you can see it right there. There's a gap right there. I don't know what to make of that gap. I double checked the instructions, and the instructions are correct. The gap should be there. So I don't know why yet. I guess we'll see as we build it out. And I did reclaim the piece that flew off. I thought I might have flown off so fast and went into the sun, but no, I was able to reclaim it. So that's back. So as you can tell by the color scheme, it's time to build out on top. So that's going to be pretty sweet. It's definitely getting the color scheme down pat with the light bluish gray and the red. Hey there, Rex. Unfortunately, I've had some not terribly sleepless nights, but I have had some sleepless nights when I decided that, hey, I'm going to work on this. So I can't guarantee that I won't be getting up several times to go over to the shelf over there that has all the other pieces just to get the right piece I need. Because there's a possibility I didn't put the right pieces in here. Like, there it is. So again, I'm doing about 100 steps at a time. I don't know what to relate. I don't know how that relates to pieces, but it doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot of pieces here, so. Start some music. Very cool, Rex. Lego Dimensions. I don't usually buy things when I am sleepless. I will usually do that when I'm drunk. Which does not happen very often, and especially does not happen very often when I'm just at home. But when I have gone out to party and then come back. And suddenly it's just like, you know what? Maybe I will spend X amount of dollars to buy a bunch of sealed UCS Lego Star Wars sets. I mean, why get used when you can get sealed? I mean, it seems like a good idea at the time. Until the bill comes later. So anyways, how are you doing, Rex? Oh, I should have this set to be like almost no latency. Yeah, so my latency is turned all the way down. So it should be near instantaneous between what I see you're saying and what I say back. And vice versa. So these are the 1x5 plates that I thought I didn't receive, but I did receive. And I emailed the guy back, and I actually sent him $5 out of apology, because I felt bad that I told him I didn't get the pieces when I actually did. Now, I did get these pieces, but I did not get the other pieces. So once I get to step 888, I better have those pieces or I'm going to be in trouble. Oh, but really, what's the worst that can happen? We'll just delay things by a day, right? Oops. So I complained to YouTube about the fact that I think I have a bunch of bots as yes, priority one is personal health. Absolutely. So I emailed YouTube about the fact that I think I have a bunch of bot accounts, and I told them I wanted my bots purged. These are sixes. So I believe they are in the process of doing that now. And I know that sounds like a silly thing, like why would you try to get rid of your subscriptions? But I want real people as subs, not bots. Bots are actually bad for a channel's growth. So they've done a pretty good job so far. They've gotten rid of about 35 subs since I requested it. Either that or I've somehow made people unhappy, but I think it's the bots. Let's see. I also, on the Star Wars Lego subreddit, after every 10 normal posts, you can submit a self-promo post where you can link one video and one video only. And the last time I did that, well, not the last time, the first time I tried to do that, I didn't read the rules sufficiently. And managed to get myself a 7-day ban. And this time things went off without a hitch. So if you are here from Reddit, welcome and thanks for watching. Hello, the mathematician. Now I'm a little nervous. Please don't quiz me on anything calculus related or statistics. It has been a long time since I've studied either of those things. Hello, Chris. I know. I'm so sorry, mathematician. You probably have heard that so many times, but as my wife always tells me, you know, my dad jokes are getting so old, even though I'm not a dad, but I still love dad jokes. She says they're getting so old, but they still get a chuckle out of me. So I apologize if those jokes are kind of old. Anyways, welcome to the stream. It is good to have you. This is day 2 of the Acclamator MOC.
Hello there.
I have no idea how long. Well, I'll go until probably 9 Central, but I don't know how many steps we're going to get through. It's just, it's a little interesting doing a MOC without, like, bags. Or, you know, definitive ends to steps. So I'm just going to keep going. Hey, Shifty! Well, actually, do you know about mathematician? I mean, I assume you do, but I don't want to assume. I'm asking because I do want to mention something, assuming if you are a mathematician or not. Okay. The highest math I've been to is discrete math. I took that in college for software engineering. Another, there it is.
Hello there.
Hey, Arnold. No, I don't think I want someone that's brand new being a mod. Also, I don't really need mods right now. I don't think I've made anyone a mod since the channel started. Hey, Constant Gaming with Jay. I'm a little surprised that you were not on earlier. I mean, that might be a possibility, mathematician. Sure, I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. So, do you guys? I assume you guys have played Chrono Trigger, right? I mean, the majority of you guys uh, have played Chrono Trigger, right? Hey, mathematician. I I don't have donations enabled, and I'm not monetized yet. But I appreciate the gesture. Um, I don't think just for random donations or Patreon, I don't see myself um, having one of those. Um, when I get to the point where I monetize, then I will probably have like a membership that's not too pricey, but I just I don't feel right really asking people to donate right now. But I do appreciate the gesture. So the reason why I asked about the Chrono Trigger is, if I recall correctly, in Chrono Trigger, you went to the future and they like had these pods or whatever, and you went into the pod and it was like that's how you got your night's sleep, right? Like, where's that technology? I would prefer to have my night pod sleep, please, so that I don't wake up in the middle of the night for no reason at all and then can't fall back to sleep. Well, actually, I kind of know why I'm waking up in the middle of the night. So we, at my company, are getting close to review time. So I'm a bit nervous about that. And also, as I've discussed with Shifty, who is Team Man, by the way, I know him as Shifty because it's how I've known him for years and years and years. I am the low man on the totem pole on my team, even though I've been there for 10 years. Because everyone else that started after me has already been laid off at one point or another. And with all this talk of downturn and recession, I started thinking about job cuts. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Yeah, Rex, that sounded like a terrifying experience, and I'm glad that it went as well as it could have for you, and not worse for either party involved. I mean, that sounds horrific to me. Mathematician, I do. It's Getting to sleep usually isn't the problem. Staying asleep seems to be the problem. And it sounds like you are not suffering from insomnia anymore. I hope you're not anyways, because that would be pretty terrible in high school. Although in high school, to tell you the truth, I like did not sleep very much anyways, because I wanted to do homework, and then I had a full-time job. No, I had a part-time job that was almost a full-time job. And I did school, and I did sports, and I did eventually like plays and stuff later on. So I did not sleep very much in high school. You know, I used to do homework until like 10 o'clock at night, and then from 10 to midnight or 10 to 1 a.m. I would play like Final Fantasy or something like that, and then go to sleep and wake back up, you know, like at 5 in the morning or something like that before class. Probably not great habits. So yeah, I want my sleep pod from Chrono Trigger. And what a fantastic game it really was. And I don't think I got all the endings, Rex. I got a few of them, but I don't think I got all of them. I think there was one in particular where it had something to do with like some treadmill or track or something I couldn't get the timing of right, even though I tried for a very, very long time. I just couldn't get that part. I don't know if that refreshes your memory. It's probably kind of vague. Very cool, very cool. I don't think I've played Grounded, but there's a ton of games I actually haven't really played. I finally did finish the campaign for the new patch for World of Warcraft. I guess for those of you that play Final Fantasy XIV, I finished the new part of the MSQ. I did that this morning finally. So at least I don't have to worry about that part. Let's see, what else have I been up to? Oh, hey, Com. Grounded. Okay. I played a game called It Takes Two, but I've not played Grounded. But it kind of sounds like it might be similar, because I think in It Takes Two, it's kind of similar to where you guys are shrunk, and you have to work together to get, you know, back to what you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, Com, I made it through Shadowbringers just fine, and then I took a long break after Shadowbringers, and then when the new expansion came out, I did get it, and I did play it, but I felt like so many things had changed for Bard that I just felt lost. So I was like, uninstall. Hello, Oliver Matthew. Welcome to the stream. It is good to see you.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take
We're just
shit.
having a
I
little
got no
discussion
love
about
for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always
Final
show
Fantasy
up
14
and make a
and
statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the
How far we
fakeness. If
got
you wanna
in
play
Final
tough
Fantasy
and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective.
I
I
bet
got
though,
a vendetta against
if
people
I
who patent
actually
it.
had a
Being
house
negative when you should
in
be
Final
getting
Fantasy
after
14,
it.
I probably would never.
I got facts over tracks
something I
and
learned
mass
today
getting
too,
slow, speaking
apparently,
fast, I could roast, I
is
could
if
gas, think I'm
you
okay at last, but I
cancel
don't know
your
if that can
subscription
erase all the
in
past and the
Final Fantasy
pettiness.
14,
A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my
and
time, you're
that
delirious,
has to be-
mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior,
Well,
inferior. You
that's
know I'll always
terrible.
be a bit superior. Get
Because
off
first
of
of all,
me, this
it's
ain't no
humble
humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back.
And
I
second
want
of
you
all,
to feel free from the chains
it's
that last, and to
expensive
believe
to
in
get
what
a
you
house
got.
if
It was
you can
built
manage
to
to
last,
get
yeah.
one. And third of all, to furnish this house, which also takes, a lot of resources.
I don't ever slow
And then
up,
it just
no I don't
sucks.
take shit. I got no love for the
Why would you
fakeness.
have-
If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a
That's a good
statement.
time.
I don't ever slow
Never,
up,
ever,
no
ever,
I don't take
ever.
shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent.
So that's one of the things I do like about
dreams and some honestness. I'm
Final
not here to
Fantasy
save the day.
is
That's
the
for you to
fact
take
that
away. I could play a
you
million
can play
mind
whatever
games, but
class
instead
you
of
want.
say something not illogical,
All on one
something
character.
that is
You don't
topical.
have to
Rub it on and watch it go. Make yourself
make a new
unstoppable.
tune
Dreams are
and
irresponsible,
worry about
but
gearing
they're
up
always
the new
possible.
tune,
If you just
leveling
believe,
up the
you
new
could be so
tune.
remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage
All that
and they
jazz.
spread. I'll be great one day, going off
Well,
of
I
my
mean,
meds. No, I'm
kinda
not
do.
giving up. No, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages, a vacant modern
I
kingdom
wish
for the
Blizzard
taking.
would implement something like that, but alas.
I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I have a shockingly full bowl here, despite how many steps I've actually pieced out. And there are times when I think I may have bitten off more than I could chew. I mean, who does a 5,200 piece mock as their first mock? I guess this guy. I keep finding the wrong piece. Nope, that's the wrong piece. Oh, there it is. So yes. The factoid of the day. Factoid of the day. I guess I met my wife in 2008. Met my wife in 2008. I guess I can tell the story about that. Oh, but it's kind of convoluted. I don't know. Depends. You guys want to talk about Star Wars stuff, or you want me to tell this story about how I met my wife? I have stuff to talk about for Star Wars if you want to talk about Star Wars. Yes, well, I think some folks here, see, 2008. Some folks here watching may not have even been born in 2008. So, in fact, I think there's only one person here who's older than I am at present. And I'm not going to say who it is. It's not terribly juicy. This is just some weird stuff going on here. Weird stuff. No, it's not you. I won't say who it is though. And even then, it's not a whole lot. So you guys can pretty much ignore I said anything. Oh goodness, I forgot to do the little source switcher thing. So you guys haven't been able to follow the instructions. I apologize. So let's see. I don't have this set to scene, but that's what I built right now. It's kind of weird. So, all right, I guess I'll tell the story. And it's a little convoluted. I guess I should probably change people's names too. I used to work at Office Max once upon a time. I started out as a floor associate, whatever they're called now. I couldn't even tell you what they're called now. And then I was real great at sales. So they promoted me to sales supervisor. And I guess I was great at sales and supervising, so they promoted me to sales manager. And I was real great at sales and supervising and training, apparently, so they transferred me to the training store. So anytime we got a new supervisor or manager, it was my job to help make sure they got trained up properly. So anyways, as part of my job, I interviewed people to work there. And because it was a training store, I was pretty strict about who we hired, and because I had to make sure we had good people, because otherwise we would be an embarrassment. I took the whole training store thing pretty serious. So I hired someone, let's call them Mary. I hired someone named Mary to work in the copy department. Hold on a second. Before we do this, I want to show you guys something here. Okay. Pay attention to this. Do you guys see how these clips are going on to the plate like that? Is that not an illegal technique? I feel like that's an illegal technique. thought so. I thought so. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's really on there. And I have the wrong one of these. All right, getting more pieces. One second. Yeah, I don't really like that very much. Fly in space. Why did you do this, man? I guess I should have done a little bit more research. Does it? Well, I guess, Com, you would know. Your memory would be a little bit more refreshed than mine because I haven't. It's been a while since I put that one together. Believe it or not. And by a while, like more than a month, which means it's already out of my brain. All right, so this is the right one I need. So anyways, I hired a girl named Mary to work the copy department. But Mary had a huge crush on me. But you see, I was in the military at one point in time. So I understand fraternization and how serious of an offense it is. And I certainly was not quitting my job to have a relationship with anyone. So I was like, you know, that's fine. It's, you know, nothing will ever happen from this. So, anyways, Mary had a friend come to town called Clara. And she did not want me to know, Mary did not want me to know about Clara because she was afraid that we would get along and, you know, find that we were compatible and had a relationship because Mary had a crush on me. So she didn't tell me, and we kind of, me and Mary had the same circle of friends. So she's like, "Hey everyone, don't tell Jason that Clara's coming." But anyways, one of my friends called me up, and I was at my best friend's house. I was watching the Kansas City Chiefs play. I was drinking a beer. I was eating pizza. I was very content. And one of my friends called me and says, hey, one of Mary's friends is coming to town, and we're all meeting up at a bar. And I think you should really come, and you know, you might have a good time. You guys might hit it off. You know, at the time I'd been single for 5 years, because I was in a prior relationship that was horrible. And after I got done, I'm like, I don't need to date anybody. I've just lived by myself for 5 years. So anyways, I was like, you know, I was presented with a choice here. I could continue here watching the Chiefs play, spend time with my bros, eating pizza, drinking beer, or I could go out and, you know, just see what's up. And normally I would just, believe it or not, I would just have stayed, because I don't like really ditching my friends like that. But anyways, I did go to the bar, and we did head off pretty well. And I did buy her drinks, and you know, we did chat, and she did give me her phone number, and then I guess the rest is history. Except she lost her phone for about 2 months. And I was like, well, I guess that's over. But she actually, she did find her phone. And then she called me back after that. And then we went on a first date. So, and that's how I met my wife. I wonder if I put that back on there wrong. Yeah, it's supposed to be the other way around. This is actually really, really, really easy to, this top part is really easy to come off. So, my wife at the time, she had graduated with a degree, but she had not found work yet. And she was basically just broke and living at home with her parents, and she wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do. But what she did end up doing is she ended up soon after started studying for the MCAT, and she used her degree as a pre-med, and she did very well on the MCAT, and then she went to med school, and then she went to residency, and then she went to a fellowship, and now she is a doctor. So I guess not too convoluted, huh? She is super smart, though. Every once in a while, someone will ask her like a doctor type question, and it's just amazed at how quickly she can respond, even though she hasn't probably studied that subject in a while. Constant, by the way, it is my absolute favorite root beer. This is a Lost Trail. There is only one place in town that sells this, and believe it or not, it's the butcher shop for some reason. I don't know why the butcher shop sells my favorite root beer, and it's the only place that does, but and why did I go to the butcher shop today? It was not to get meat. I got Charlotte one of those like butcher bones or whatever from Walmart, and I opened it for her, and I don't know what was wrong with it, but it just reeked. And it wasn't like it had expired. It stank to high heaven. So I threw it away, and she was pretty depressed, and you could see it in her eyes. Hey, Zim. And so the only other place I know of to get bones like that is at the butcher shop. So I went to the butcher shop to get her some bones, and they have my root beer. Boy, you've missed a fair amount, Zim. I guess I've been a regular. Oh man. Well, she didn't seem to even be interested in it either. So that's that to me was an indication too that something might be wrong. But she's oh yeah, I imagine if you're setting up that greenhouse by yourself, which is amazing. Yeah, you're probably pretty busy. I mean, you got to take advantage of the warmth when it's there. I assume it's very nice where you're at. It was again in the 70s here. I did not take the cats out. For anyone that is new, I have 6 cats, and we literally built a fence around our yard so that we could let our cats go out, because we've known for a long time that our cats like to go out. So when it's nice, we have a tendency to let the cats out with supervision, because they have found ways of getting past our fence, as wily creatures like cats can do and do. And how I have 6 cats is another story all by itself. Okay, so this goes back here, like this, I believe. Everything snaps in. Cool. Also, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is an amazing show. So one goes one way and one goes the other way. And I don't know why, but I'm just putting the pieces on anyways. So, Com, I saw that you said you were going to put together a pretty high piece MOC for your first MOC. I can't remember how many pieces you said it was and what specifically it was, but when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, okay, that looks pretty huge. Okay. The resist bomber, gotcha. One of the other MOCs, so actually I have several MOCs saved. We already know that I have some castle MOCs I have my mind on. And I think there's a post that still has a survey where you all are supposed to pick which of the castle MOCs I build, which it won't be for a little while, but it is on the schedule to be built. And then I saw there's some great why can I say it? Rocinante, which is the ship from the Expanse. I have my eyes on 2 MOCs of that. I know it's not Star Wars related, but Neither is castles, I suppose. I still have my eye on it, though. One of them is 5,000 pieces, and another one of them is 9,000 pieces. I mean, I kind of like to try the 9,000 piece one, but after building this out, I'm not quite so sure. That just seems a little weird, but I think it's right. And then someone else posted a mock of a cruise ship. And my wife and I do cruises fairly often, so I thought about maybe building that up and sticking that upstairs where we have our other like cruise ship models, because it's a little silly thing that we do, but every time we go on a new cruise ship, we get the cruise ship model, and then we have it upstairs in the entertainment center. We already have the Lego Titanic up there, so. So Zim, I have my music from a site called, I believe it's called artlist.io. There's several other sites you can use, or well, I guess you can call them sites. Epidemic Sound, I think, is one. There's a lot, actually. But I like the variety of artlist.io, so that's why I went with them. Now, it is not free. I believe I pay $60 a month, I think, to have access to their music library. And I mean, to me, it's worth it because I can continue using their music, no problem. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to put that there, actually. But yeah, it's definitely not a cheap service. So as you are probably well aware by listening to this music and tuning into my stream, I do like the synthwave variety of music, and artlist.io had the largest selection, so that's why I went with them. I think I need like a 4 here. Yeah, I need a 4. So, Zim, I think you do have to maintain YouTube legal. I guess I would double check that because I'm not so sure. I think so. Some parts of this do not feel very stable. Like this does not currently feel very stable. I guess this feels pretty stable, but this top part I think is gonna just come off occasionally. And it just doesn't feel like it's let me make sure that it's all snug, because it just feels like it might not be. And I don't like that there's a gap here, because it feels like it can't really squeeze down appropriately to make sure that some of these pieces are snug, as snug as I want them to be. So it's mixed, I guess. But I mean, I suppose I'm having fun making it, though. I'll be happy with the finished product too, I imagine. I am a little nervous about encountering potential illegal techniques. Although I guess the technique I was wondering about earlier was not actually illegal, as Com was able to point out that it was in the Star Destroyer, the Imperial Star Destroyer instructions. So, all right, so now I'm building the other half of this. There it is. Couldn't find my 2x4 for a second. So yeah, I'm still. Oh, hey. Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that, Rex. So I bought the T-Rex set this morning. I'm pretty sure I got it just about when it went for sale. Because I bought it like 6 o'clock this morning. I was on it. And this is a purchase that was sanctioned by the wife, so she can't complain about it later if she thinks I'm spending too much money. Right? So now I think I have over $100 in Lego Insider point discounts. And I have another purchase coming up too in April, because I want to get that bag end set. So I have Rivendell and I have Bear, and I want to have the gift with purchase, which they say is Smeagol and Deagle. And then after that, I'm hoping I can just, not buy anything for a while until, of course, May, when Jango Fett's helmet, Jango Fett's Slave One, all that stuff comes out. And I have I have Rivendell and I have Lion's Night Castle. So I don't feel like I really need to buy any of those sets before they retire because I have them already. Congratulations, Arnold. I was going to ask you how your shelving was going. And I don't have a big enough red piece here, I don't think. So I guess I gotta get. I think I need to get an 8 red piece. Don't mind me, I'll be right back. Okay, I think I have an 8 in here. Okay, I do. I'll put this in the extra pieces. That's a pretty good rhyme. And Smeagol did something very terribly illegal, which is death, murder. So I know that they're coming out with something called like a book nook or something like that, where I guess in the Harry Potter Lego sets have some of them where it's like the set's a book and then you open it up and there's a scene inside. They're doing one of those for Lord of the Rings, and I think I also do want to purchase that when that comes out, which I think will be not for a while. Nope, that's too long. Oh, I did use that. I guess I used a 4 before? That does not seem right. Oh, okay, here we go. I used an 8. Well, I guess we'll find out soon if that's wrong or not. So anyways, I really feel like I might be just about done, except for those aforementioned sets. I might be just about done getting Legos this year. But I will be getting the Death Star 2. I should say the Death Star as well. I had intended to move those dressers that are, you can kind of see them over there in the on the side camera, and put a table there, but I think I'm going to actually have to stick shelves there. See. Nope, that's not right. So, Arnold, any issues building your shelves? I thought they were refreshingly easy compared to building out the Breuer shelves from IKEA. Oh, yay. Now we get to snap these into this. Okay, I guess these are actually too big. I need 6s. Oh, I have 6s right here, wouldn't you know it?
Hello there.
Hey, little Lego. It's good to see you. Okay, so it says I have to position these under the panels before I connect them, which, I mean, I guess that does make sense, right? Okay, so that side's on there. And that's under, so we're good to go there. Okay, I think we're as snug as we are going to be. See, it's a little flimsy, see? Hey, yeah, no problem. Little Lego, I just, I've got plans later that night, so I can't stick around for too terribly long, but I can certainly be around for a little bit. See, very, very flimsy. All right, well, that's pretty snug. So as you can see, that's probably going to go on top. It looks very very much like a Grand Republic ship. So thankfully, I think here we're going to start anchoring some stuff in. So it's not quite as flimsy. Actually, yes, Constant. It does have an interior, I believe, and it even has a ramp. Just like there's a scene. Actually, I could probably maybe play the scene if I saved it. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can play this time. You guys have any sound from that? Boom, Acclamator right there, baby. Acclamator right there. There's also another scene, I think it was at the end of Attack of the Clones, after the Battle of Geonosis was, basically over. And you can see like all the clone troopers leading up the ramp to get into the Acclamator. That was a pretty good scene too. All right. So it looks like it's just filling up the gaps. Filling up these gaps is what we're doing right now. Hey, Skywalker. Yes, always. You always do, and you're always welcome. And are you still feeling okay? Mathematician, I don't know how many days it will take to finish this one. All I can tell you for sure is it is 5,200 pieces. So it'll take a little bit. This is the second day, and we're about a fifth of the way through. So, yeah, got a bit to go, and I need another piece. So thankfully I sorted all these pieces by type, not to color, so it makes finding pieces pretty easy. So this is the top, I believe, right here. Yeah, I think the next set I build has 3,000 some pieces or so. Hello, Vandura. Welcome, welcome. So, yeah, the next piece I'm building will be some 3,000 pieces, but it's probably has 2,000 extremely brittle, breakable pieces because it is the sandcrawler I will be building out next. Which I am just not really looking forward to too much. But it's next. I'm not sure if 5,000 pieces is the biggest I've built on stream. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't build the Venator on stream. I built that on just like I just filmed that build because that was before I was like, yeah, I'm going to stream. Hey, welcome Area 56 Bricks. I mean, it'll probably be cool when it's finished, but getting to that point doesn't sound like it's going to be, it doesn't feel like it's going to be great. You know, when I bought the Sandcrawler, I did not know anything about brittle browns. I just knew it was a UCS set, so therefore I wanted it. So I guess I mean, I purchased it, so it must be built. I am not an investor type person. If I have a set, its ultimate destiny will end up on a shelf, albeit with probably some broken pieces in the meantime. That is strange, Skywalker, for a cat to eat salad. So my wife likes to feed the cats food, human food, like chicken. And because of that, the cats just sit there and watch her eat. And one of them actually does get a little aggressive. But they never do that to me because I never feed the cats. I know better. And yeah, I guess you do have a good point, Little Lego. They do eat grass. Oh. Okay, Skywalker. I'm sorry. I did assume, and you know what happens when you assume. So, sorry about my assumption there. Yes, Area 56 Bricks. I did purchase the T-Rex set this morning. That is why my days since last Lego purchase has reset to 0. I thought we were making some progress. I mean, I knew I was going to buy the set eventually anyway. So even if it wasn't available for early sale to insiders, I may have gotten to 3 or 4 days before that counter would have reset to 0. So it is what it is. But I mean, my wife said that she thought it looked neat. She likes dinosaurs. She likes Jurassic Park. So she gave me the green light to get that one. Her next day off is going to be next Friday night. And she said she's going to be off for a few days before she goes to St. Louis. So that's when I'm going to try to sweet talk her into doing the unboxing and build out for day one. And then after that, she is like, nope, I don't want to do any more than that. So that is the plan still. And if she doesn't want to do it that during that span of days off she has, then it'll be at the end of April. She's a pretty smart cookie. So you can quiz her on doctor stuff, I guess. You know, there seemed to be a lot of hype about that T-Rex set, so that's, you know, one of the reasons why I ordered it early too, is, you know, just in case it did sell out or something. Boy, I really did not do a great job of setting this bag up. Yep. Okay, so I'll be back with more pieces. Pretty soon my desk is just going to be full of bowls. So, Skywalker, I did really almost get the tuxedo cat because I have a cat that is a tuxedo cat, but I did exercise some restraint today. I can sometimes exercise restraint. So it is just the $279 purchase on that Lego order. And I don't even, I mean, is that a good price for that Lego set? I guess so. All right. Thou shalt not piece out sets at 1 in the morning. So, Mathematician and Vandura, what are your favorite Lego sets? You guys might not be around anymore, which is okay. I just wanted to kind of circle back to you guys and see what you guys thought of some sets and such. Okay, I need one of these with a little platform on the end. Sorting to me is misery. I'm just not don't enjoy it as much as others, I think. It took me a very, 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 very long time to get my Millennium Falcon resorted after I ripped it apart. One of these. Oh, not that one. Just a stud. Oh my goodness. No wonder why I'm having so many problems. I'm supposed to be in the next set of steps. I wasn't paying attention. More pieces. Yeah, I like Diet Pepsi, and I like Diet Cherry Pepsi. We also drink Coke Zero occasionally in our house, but lately we have been on a Pepsi kick. Why is your arm sore? Skywalker? Was it the cat? You have very much a love-hate relationship with your cat, it seems. Oh, pull-ups. Cool. I'm doing pull-ups tomorrow. Okay, so these go underneath. So I believe this is the correct orientation for this side. And they snap in. Oh, don't come up now. Yeah, believe it or not, at my age, I can still do strict pull-ups. It's just so very flimsy. And this here is really trying to come off. All right, it's snug on there. Yeah, it is just a little tedious, but it does look really amazing. So, yeah, everything looks... Check the rotation from the rear. I don't think this necessarily opens. Says no. Gently rotate both sides panels down until they stop against the bottom assemblies. I guess they're fine. I don't know how much more you can really rotate. So this goes on the bottom. No, I think this part is gonna suck. See you, Skywalker. Thanks for hopping in. I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. Okay, well, it didn't fall apart after I tipped it back over, so we might be golden. So I guess that starts to give you a little sense of how large it is. Constant, there's 5,200 pieces in this. So the mock is, I mean, it's interesting because it's the first time I'm doing something like this, but parts of it do feel a little weak, and I feel like, even looking at, what is here, like I've got this. It doesn't look very straight. Well, I guess now it kind of looks straight because I fixed something, but I mean I guess it looks okay. This is what the underneath looks like. It does feel a little flimsy. I'm still happy I picked it, I suppose. I have no idea. Bring the assembly from underneath. Everything feels like it's really connected. Yeah, everything, I feel like everything is connected good. So it looks like it's time for wings. See you, Area 56 Bricks. I'm excited to see your video. You have amazing editing skills. So, I finished Andor. It's not the first time I've seen Andor. Probably won't be the last time I've seen Andor. But I'm doing the rewatch of all the Star Wars episodes and shows and everything. So, I guess I'm... Is Andor on this? I thought it was. That's Rebels. That's Solo. Maybe Andor is not on this. Well, anyways. Andor is just such an amazing, amazing, amazing show. But I will stand by my initial critique of it in the sense that it seemed to be very, very slow to start. And then, of course, got so much better. So, I guess my question for you all, assuming you've seen the show Andor, is where would you see yourself if you were in this particular timeline? Would you see yourself as like a Mon Mothma person? Or would you see yourself like a Luther person? Someone that's in the middle? Or would you see yourself like Andor or Saw Gerrera? Someone that's out there in the field doing the dirty work, as it were? What kind of character would you see yourself as? And I'll look up again just as soon as I find this piece I'm looking for. Ah, here it is. Oh, no one's answered? Is it too deep of a question? It might be too deep of a question. Oop. Just want to make sure I'm supposed to have a 10 or 12 here. I'm supposed to have a 10. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I can't talk about it now. I had no idea that you guys hadn't finished it yet. All right, well, season 2 is right around the corner, so I guess I thought I would bring it up because it's so close. So, if you guys can look in the upper left-hand corner, I'll go ahead and pause this so it doesn't move. In the upper left-hand corner, we see we have those pieces that are going into the hole. Is this an illegal technique? To demonstrate what I'm doing here. I feel like this is an illegal technique here. I feel like neither one of the pieces I'm dealing with here are meant to be used in this fashion. Yes, precisely what Rex said. Yeah, it feels like these aren't normally used in this fashion. You know, with these pieces locking into these studs. I could be wrong, but because I'm still a newbie when it comes to Lego. It really does not feel right. Well, I guess I will answer my own question. I feel like I would be like a Luthen type character. More the middleman. Discretion is best. in a sense, playing the long game. I do really like that character in the show. So I guess yes, that is the wrong franchise. So I guess what's next up for me is Rebels. I've never seen Rebels, so it's going to be new. Although, admittedly, I mean, because I've seen Ahsoka, I had to like look up some stuff, like, you know, who is Sabine Wren and who is Ezra and why are these people important, and so I have spoiled myself on, you know, some things. I've seen Hera in Clone Wars. Or, no, I'm sorry. I think that might have actually been Bad Batch I saw her. So I know about Hera. And, you know, I guess I know about Ezra's teacher, too. So I won't get into any spoilers to spoil things that I've spoiled myself on early. So I'm looking forward to it. So Rex, it must be so cool to see the evolution of Lego throughout the years, and I think I may have mentioned that before. I think some of the sets that I will be building out here pretty soon don't have bags. They're just pieces in a box. And that to me, it just seems kind of crazy. But for someone that's been building Lego since 1981, that I imagine that's probably commonplace. I see. Concussions, that does not sound like a great time. Very true, very true. Actually, I cannot get into old graphics or games with old graphics anymore. I just I tried to play Final Fantasy VII again, which is one of my favorite games of all time, and I just didn't make it very far. I tried. Well, good to see you're still there, little Lego. I spent so many minutes playing Final Fantasy VII. Like, I got all the special weapons, which, well, I think it was Ruby and Emerald. I got all the materia, and I got all the materia maxed, and just spent a long time playing and doing it all. So, stop me if you've heard me say this before, but my wife used to play Super Mario a whole lot, but she stopped because she doesn't want to rage out in front of me because she's afraid it will be so bad that I'll divorce her. Yeah. I mean, I told her I would never divorce her for something like that, but she's convinced, so. I wonder if she ever goes back to playing when I'm out of town and going to Cleveland or something like that for work. I guess that's a possibility. I did literally buy the Switch just for her. Need a 12. Need another 12. It's been a long time since a game has made me mad. I got a little frustrated with Elden Ring, but not enough to where I like threw something or yelled or did anything like that. I suck at that game, and I accept it. We had a guild game night a couple weeks ago, and someone picked that game to play, and I'm just like, guys, I don't know if you want me playing this game with you. I'm pretty terrible at shooter type games, but they accept it, so. Oh, Zim, you did ruin Among Us for me. I forgot it was you. It was you that made me rage out. Oh man. So I uninstalled that game, and I will never ever play it again. Ever. You made me so mad at that game. I forgot it was you. Until you mentioned it. I'm too nice of a guy to play that game. And Zim here, he had everyone convinced that I was, the imposter. And try as I might, I could not convince anyone I was not. And didn't we lose? Because you managed to convince everyone I was erroneously convinced everyone I was the imposter. Man, I forgot all about that. Or rather, who did it to me. Yeah, this build is it is definitely interesting. That is for sure. It's like suddenly we're building out wings. My work had a game night once, and they proposed to play Among Us, and I told them flat out, there's no way. did I build something out wrong? This just feels weird. Alright, so that's all right. You flip it over. Got the... I mean, that seems right. That seems right. And you got these two. And I guess it just does not feel like it's a very great build technique here. I guess it fits in there pretty snugly. My goodness, it's 8 o'clock already? It's just going by pretty fast. So Zim, your question last build session about lightsabers got me thinking, so I got my lightsabers out of the closet, and both of them are dead. Now, one of them is a Disney lightsaber, so that one just takes like a D battery, and that's no problem to get that back up and running. But the other one is has some kind of lithium-ion battery, which I plugged in and then it still wouldn't come on, so I have no idea what is up with my other lightsaber. And that other one that won't come on is the really cool one that you can change colors and sounds and stuff like that on. So I suppose I'll try to fix that tomorrow. See if I can get it working by the time Friday rolls around, so that I can show it off then. Well, Luke also had blue, actually, if you count the scene. In the I can never remember the name of the movie. So you got Force Awakens, and then movie, and then Rise of Skywalker. I think that's the name of the third movie. But the movie in the middle, I can just never seem to remember. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, I do think blue was his first. And I think the blade that he tried to strike down Kylo Ren with was green. Hi, Rob Smith. Welcome. No, as in it was not blue, or no, as did we know Disney is making another sequel trilogy? So very true, Arnold. So very true. It seems like they just have not, and it's so weird to see how terrible the movies have been on one hand, and how great the shows have been on the other hand. I mean, yes, there have been some duds, show wise. I mean, I don't think anyone thought The Acolyte was a really fantastic show as compared to something like Andor. And I don't think anyone here in this chat would say The Mandalorian is a bad show. And I think if you did, you might incur the wrath of Zim. Oh, shoot. I don't think Mark Hamill would have let that happen. I don't think Mark Hamill even liked what ended up happening to Luke in the first place. Well, whether or not that was what was going to happen or what was hinted to happen, I'm glad it didn't happen. And I'm sure that Mark Hamill would not have let that happen if it had come to that. So I believe that the next movie for Star Wars is going to be The Mandalorian and Grogu. So I think that will be a good thing to watch. And I believe that's coming out like next year. I'm hoping my movie theater will have it, but you can never tell with these guys. I reached out to my local movie theater to see if they're going to do The Revenge of the Sith. I don't think they are, but they have not confirmed yet, so I guess it's still up in the air, but they've never done any kind of re-release here in my local theater, so. But who knows? Maybe some friends will want to go all the way to Springfield to watch it, which has probably the next biggest, closest movie theater. I said it before, and I'll say it again: living in the sticks sucks. Oh. In minifig form, I'm not sure. In the Razor Crest, I don't think he's in full full Beskar. So, you guys know who Jennifer Lawrence is, right? I mean, I think that's a silly question, but I just want to ask anyways. I thought everyone had already seen Andor, but I was wrong about that. Well, those of you who know who Jennifer Lawrence is, which I imagine is really everybody, but do you guys remember what her first big movie was? Jennifer Lawrence's first big movie. I think she may have even won an Oscar, but I could be wrong on that one. You guys had ever heard of the movie Winter's Bone? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, okay. So she was in a movie called Winter's Bone, and Winter's Bone is based off of a book that details, um, stuff going on with drugs and such in an area not too far from where I live. So if you want an idea of what it's like to live here, go watch the movie Winter's Bone with Jennifer Lawrence in it. I mean, it really wasn't a bad movie. I thought it was, pretty good. Oh, I guess I missed a piece here. Ooh, boy. Sometimes it just wants to come apart. No, I do not live in a crack city. I might live in a meth city. There's a difference. Well, it's Methzuri instead of Methylvania. So that's what we have. That's what we have going on so far. Just filled out all this greenery. So that's the fun things that I get to do with. I mean, I don't actively see that stuff going on, but it's in the papers all the time, and it always happens. Yeah, misery. This is that's always what I've called Missouri. I've called Missouri misery. But anyways, it always happens in like the same neighborhood where all these busts happen. You think that people would be, smart or something about. Well, I mean, I'm glad that they're not smart because they probably do need to get busted for what they're doing, but they sure are making it easy for the police to figure out what's going on. Oh man. Hey, L Bomber. Welcome, welcome. It's so great to see all the new people tonight. No, I do not. My wife works at the hospital. There's no drug use in this household. Yeah, Rob Smith. We do have a few homeless, and I think it is, unfortunate, really, to be in that situation. I know, I myself, I've come close to being homeless twice. The first time was basically when my parents kicked me out. And it was just before I was going into the Navy, so for like a day, I didn't technically have a home. I was just hanging out in the church I used to work at, sleeping on their couch until I went to hop on the bus to the MEP station to get, sorted through with the whole process to join the military. And then the second time I almost was homeless was, I got out of the Navy and I was spending some time in Virginia, and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey man, why don't you come out here to California and live with me?" Because at the time I was not having a good time with my roommates and such. So I was like, sure, yeah. And then someone promised me some money so I could, get started out there in California. And then, of course, after moving to California, they canceled the check. So, L-Bomber, there are just shy of 5,200 pieces in this MOC. And I don't know how many pieces I'm in, but I'm about to step 406. So anyways, I tried to make it for a couple months living with my roommate in California. And, I was working at one of the best jobs I've ever had, working in warehouse music. Anybody remember warehouse music? Warehouse music might be before a lot of you guys were even aware. Warehouse music used to be owned by Blockbuster. So Blockbuster had the movie thing, which everyone probably remembers. But they also had like a music store too called Warehouse Music. Yeah. And I worked in LA, and I had to take the bus to get there, which, it really wasn't bad. Some people don't like taking the bus, but I loved it. I just read a book and, no one bothered me at all. But it had one of the best views ever. We had pretty much floor to ceiling windows the whole front of the store, so it was just mountains for days. But it did not pay very well. So my buddy had to move back in with his grandma, and I had to ask my parents if I could move in with them. And fortunately, they were okay with it. So that's what saved me. but it was a little too close. And I'm sorry, Rex, and I'm sorry, Little Lego, that you actually had to go through that. Tower Records, I don't think I was around, or Tower Records was around when I was in LA. All right, so I gotta connect to the 2-round anti-studs. I guess that's the first time I've seen the term anti-studs before. The anti-studs is what broke off when I was building the TIE Fighter because of the brittle browns. See you later, Constant Gaming. I hope to see you Friday night for the continuation. So this is a true story. I had to look up what bet was when I first saw it because someone said that to me, and I'm like, why would you say bet? But now I know what it means. See, this is what happens when you get old, Zim. So anyways, Bomber, what's your favorite Lego set? That's a question I like to ask people that join up for the first time. Oh wow, okay, it goes this way. Well, I can't believe that we're not putting this one on yet. I mean, it's built pretty full, and we're already starting to build on something else. Oh, yeah. Need another 12, but I think this is a 10. Yep. Knew this was going to happen. You might be little Lego, but all ages are welcome here. One of my good friends that still lives in Ohio turned 40 today. It's kind of funny because when I turned 40, he would send me all these gifts and stuff about being an old man. But I took the high road and just said, "Happy birthday." Well, happy belated birthday, little Lego. Let's see. Yeah, I could have been, but I don't know. I tend to always take the high ground when I can. Alright, don't look now, but I forgot to put a piece in here. And is it in here maybe? Nope. Alright, I gotta grab some more pieces. One second. Sure glad I organized those pieces. Okay. So my favorite set is still the Superstar Destroyer. And I have some close seconds though. That Snow Speeder, that was a pretty cool build. I really enjoyed that one. And the Death Star, that was a lot more fun than I thought it would be. And I'm happy I get to build another Death Star that is basically just about the same thing. But I think it'll take a little bit to trump the Superstar Destroyer. So I think I will go a little. I'm not going to stay later than 9, but I think I will continue to build out until 9, even though I'm running out of pieces here. All right, so this finally goes on here somewhere. Oh, okay, I guess it just plugs right into here. Like so. And I guess this 3 is supposed to help keep this anchored. Just adding a bit of greebling. That. So let's see here. Sorry, I got a text from my wife. I had to see if she needed anything urgently, and she does not. So, I don't know if you guys remember, but in January, before I went on the cruise, I got rear-ended. And then before I get the car fixed, I had another trip, which was to Singapore. So they couldn't fix the car then. And then when I got back from Singapore, they could finally get the car into the shop. Well, it's fixed now. But the bad news is, on the way to work out, a rock flew into the windshield and cracked it. So now I got to deal with the whole insurance thing again. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Fortunately, this time I'm not going on any trips. So hopefully it should be an in and out type deal. But the thing is that we only have one rental car place in town, and they sell out of cars fast. So the timing of me getting into the shop is directly related to how soon they can get a car for me to drive. And I have to have a rental car because I have elderly cats, and I'm not about to not have a mode of transportation for them if they need to go to the vet. Plus, I would like to work out and go to the store and stuff like that on my own. Also, what also sounds, sorry, I think I might sneeze. Also, the thing that is kind of funny to me is the car rental company will always give me their highest priced model because they know who's footing the bill, and it's not me. Um, I think the last time I had to do this, not the last time, because the last time they gave me I think they gave me like a Jeep Compass, and that was, I mean, that was an all right car. It wasn't too bad. But before that, they gave me a Mustang, and I was always like, "Oh man, I get to drive a Mustang for the first time. This is so exciting." I've never driven a Mustang. That Mustang was such a piece of crap. Like, it was so disappointing. I was just so happy when I could return it. Now, a 66 Mustang, that sounds like it would be pretty fun. But I have no idea what year this one was, but I can tell you it just felt janky. Not as janky as this build. I mean, what is the deal with this? This just seems so weird. This does not want to go in. I know this is built correctly. Oh, nope. I did miss something. I missed a 1x2 piece. Okay, now that goes in wonderfully. Oh. Yeah, Rex, we have two Toyotas. That is a lot of pieces. Maybe I don't want to dump these out because we're done in 13 minutes. Maybe I'll just fish them out. Yeah, something that I'm a little proud of my wife for, and I'm a little incredulous too, is when she got her job down here, which is her first real job. She didn't go out and buy like a Mercedes or a Beamer or anything like that. She did the smart and responsible thing, and she paid off the lease on her 2017 base model RAV4 and she's still driving around like 5 years later. So in the hospital parking lot, you got all these Beamers and Mercedes and a base model 2017 RAV4. So do you put salt on your watermelon, Arnold? I know that's actually something that my grandparents do. I've never been a salt or sugar on watermelon kind of guy. My wife has been, oh, I definitely could not do that. No spicy powder for me. My wife has been on a kind of a melon kick herself right now. Watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew. She's just been eating a whole lot. I think our fours are in this pile of stuff. There it is. I don't even like mixing up spicy whatsoever with sweet stuff. My wife made, I think my wife made something like a Mexican hot chocolate cake once. And I did not like how it was sweet and spicy at the same time. Oh, I think, right? I'm looking for a flat angle piece. No, it's in here somewhere. Yeah, my wife, when she was in residency, when she had some time when she was in residency, she just started baking as a hobby. And she made just the most amazing cakes. Oh, have you guys ever heard of like a Milk Bar cake? Milk Bar is like a bakery that's in New York, but they have kind of branched out into, like, I think they have one in Vegas, and I think it's kind of famous, Milk Bar. Oh, I put that on wrong. Aztec chocolate. Yeah, that definitely sounds very, very spicy. And I also get the joke about it'll tear your heart out. That was pretty good. Well, whenever you get a chance, look up milk bar cakes. My wife basically made one of those from scratch. And it was really, really good. It was almost as good as the original that you can get. I usually actually get a milk bar cake on my birthday, but my birthday's in July, and that cake has to be shipped, and it usually comes from Texas, and it comes in like a FedEx or a UPS truck in July. And FedEx and UPS is not very great about delivering on time. So a couple times in the past couple years when Milk Bar has delivered me a cake, it has been like a warm, soggy, mushy mess. So I think I'm just going to skip it this year. I'm going to pour some of these pieces out just because I feel like there's just too much in there right now and I can't find what I'm looking for. And I don't want to spill everything back out because we are done in 5 minutes. The reason why she stopped baking cakes is kind of a silly one. She felt like if she cut the cake and ate a couple slices, that people wouldn't want to eat the rest of the cake afterwards. And she didn't want to feel like she had to eat a whole cake between the two of us after she got done baking one. So she stopped. Now, I assured her that there are plenty of people in the office that I worked at that would eat that cake, even if it had a couple slices taken out. But I couldn't convince her otherwise. And it still to this day, it makes me a little sad she stopped because she was just so absolutely good. I guess one of these days, I'll post some pictures or something like that to the Discord so you guys can see. You guys have a favorite cake? Carrot cake? Carrot cake's pretty good. Tres leches, that's also very good. I think my wife really likes tres leches too. Oh yeah, rum cake. Apple pie is pretty good, but it's got to be a la mode for me. I'm going to end up dumping out most of these because this is just annoying me tremendously. White chocolate cake, that also sounds pretty delicious. For a long, long time, my favorite cake was chocolate mint. I like to have chocolate mint cake and chocolate mint ice cream for my birthday. All this to find one piece with a stud on the side. And there it is. Jeez Louise. What is a cellular peptide cake? Okay, I'll look it up later. All right. I think we're close enough. I don't want to... 4:51 sounds like a great place to start next time on Friday. So I'll just make a note here that now we're on 4:51. 4:51. And I think we started on... 2:30. So we go about... 200 steps or so each time. And so this is 18 steps. So we're about a third of the way done. So we still have some time left. All right, so I just want to sneak ahead and see if we're putting this wing on anytime soon. Because I've only been paying attention to the pieces in the window. I haven't really been paying attention to the design or anything like that. So I guess somewhere around 5:22 is when we finally put the wing on. Yeah, there's lots of steps on this one. Of course, when you look to, I mean, I'll go ahead and blow it back up to be by itself. Let me stop the music too. So where is... So if you look, I mean, this is a step here, 5:22. It's just putting the piece on there. So 521 is just looking at this the piece just to make sure everything is fine. So it's not all assembly. Some of it is just looking and stuff. So yeah, I really love mint, or really loved mint. I haven't really had mint very much in a while. So thanks, guys. Tonight was great. Lots of good conversation. I don't know how, Arnold, but you need to go see Andor, and Zim, you probably should finish it at some point. So tomorrow and Friday I will be working on sorting more pieces out, because I'm not done yet. I'm only up to 641 right now, and we will get we'll probably get through that on Friday. Okay, little Lego, sounds good. And you guys have a good night. Have a good couple days, and I look forward to seeing you back Friday and Saturday. I don't think I'm going to do a Sunday stream, although it's tempting. I guess we'll have to see where we're at Friday night to see if I want to do a Sunday one. Nights, Arnold. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye for now.